Hey guys, Jason from Tuff Mounts. This is video 6. Far out, we're getting through them. Okay, so this one here, we're going to go back onto the engine a little bit. We are just going to go take you back in time. We're going to go back to early March when we first started doing this project with the LT based engine. So we've got our young Caleb coming down. He 3D scanned the motor for us, and he started designing all these little bits and pieces that we wanted to run and wanted to make, and it's just all stuff that's new. It's stuff that hasn't been done here in Australia. It's using some amazing technology, and it just also shows the lengths that we go through, the lengths that we go to get products correct. We're not unlike others where we just buy something, copy it and whatever. And I know that'll probably end up happening with this stuff by other Australian companies. We all know who they are, and you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to just show you some of that tech that we've used to get where we have. We're going to run you through more of the engine. We've just dummy fitted it back up to the HQ, just so we can start running some wiring and ECU wiring and that sort of stuff. So there'll be a bit of old stuff going back to March in the early days, and then sort of coming up to a bit of sort of where we are now with it. And yeah, so hopefully you might learn some more. So one of the things we wanted to do with this build is get stuff right the first time without piss fighting around. We didn't have the time, we want to do it right. The LT is a new platform here in Australia, so we wanted to make sure we've got parts that are correct and that were multi-fit and multi-use for everybody. So as part of this, we got in contact with the guys up at Solid up in Lonsdale, where they sent young Caleb here down, and he's their 3D scanning, designing guru. So he's come down, knew what we wanted because we'd already dummied everything up and we showed him what we were after. So he's come down, scanned everything as you can watch him here doing. And from here, he'll go away back to his workshop, and he'll then start designing all of the new products, which is it's a cool thing, and we get it absolutely perfect the first time. We're not guessing, and a lot of this stuff is important. So like here you can see him scanning the engine in the car with the water pump, that's the VE Commodore water pump, where we've spaced everything and made it all align. Same with the alternator, we've made a dummy up there to get it all in line so everything works. And now he'll scan everything and then work out a design and get everything correct the first time. So sort of moving forward from here, done his measurements and then 3D printed some parts, which you'll see in a second, which are basically test parts once, just to make sure that it's right. And then obviously moving forward, we then go to CNC and then have billet aluminium parts made. But yeah, it's an interesting process. It's new to me, so you can see what he's scanning there on the computer, sort of forming a shape. It's very interesting. It's well above my pay grade, that's for sure. But I guess it is the way of the future, and it does make life a lot easier. Just the amount of different facets that you have to consider and think about is important. But again, people that know what they're doing, they understand it and they'll just move forward. And again, it's a good thing that we had so many parts to choose from. Here you go. You can see the first of the 3D printed parts that we've designed going onto the dummy motors. So here are our water pump adapters, which is a really cool thing. And again, you see it here first. This is a cam sensor delete. So these things run a VVT. And here you can look at the head plates that we've designed as well. This is a test fit for the valley cover. So the valley cover part will be great for a lift plate and billet. A billet valley plate for the guys that are doing the DI delete. So it's pretty cool what can actually be done. And again, that's all of the first set of samples, and they're all pretty good off the bat. Yeah, I forgot. Somebody made a comment about fitting a 4L80 into these. So this is the 4L80. It is installed. Yeah, everywhere's tight, but we have only had to do a very small amount of bashing on this side, on the left-hand side, just around this sort of plug area here. We just had to give it a bit of a dent just to make sure that when we get the plug in for the electronics that it all clears, but we have not touched it other than that. And of course with the Extractors it fits, with the Tuff Bounce cross member it fits, and it's a dream. It's big, but it fits and it works. We had to cut off the ears through here just to get extractor clearance. But you have to do that with, like, you know, 350s, 400s, glides, etc. Anyway, but that is it. That's the only modifications to the gearbox, and just that one small dent in the floor around the electrical connections where it has to go into the box. Look at that, plenty of room. Everything's up nice and high. Check out that for exhaust clearance and extractor clearance. All the room in the world. Get some massive cats into there. It is beautiful. So yep, as you can see, engine, gearbox, all that sort of stuff back in. As mentioned earlier, in case someone's forgotten, 4L80 is the trans that we've chosen for this one. So here's the Extractors. You know, they fit and look an absolute treat. These are Australian made just down here in our backyard here in Adelaide. No Chinese crap, not stainless steel, designed, manufactured, jigged. These are the first set out of the jigs, and they fit an absolute treat. So you're really happy with them. So yeah, today we're going to be just setting up for some wiring, where we're going to run the wiring through from the ECU and all of that sort of stuff, just to be prepared. The engine, the actual engine that we're using, is just waiting assembly now. It's all machined. The last couple of parts that we needed have arrived, and that's an oil pump, a cam bolt, some injector block offs, just a couple of little bits and pieces. So that's all here now, so they'll be collected in the next day or so, ready to go to the engine builder, and that's good to go. The new trans is on its way from New South Wales, from Steve at Shiftright. Converter from TCE's with that, so that there is ready. Tail shaft's been ordered, so I think over the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks we'll actually be fitting the motor and gearbox into this for the final time, and actually doing the exciting stuff. The new sump is done. So we've started on the loom for the car. So now this is the Haltech Rebel LS loom. Literally we've just poured it out of the box, laid it out, laid it on top of the motor, laid it out into the car, and everything's actually going to work really well. We've got excess cable, which is great, which we'll pull back through the cabin and hide it all up into there. We've only got to change a couple of plugs to suit the setup that we are doing, so that's all winning. So yeah, it is good. In the engine bay, this is everything here. We're about to pull everything out, so we have just done a full dummy fit. So you've just watched all the details about the Extractors, so they're on. Obviously the BTR manifold. This is our VE water pump conversion that we've done. You've just seen the video on making all of our spacers and stuff. Now they're going through patenting at the moment, so by the time this video comes out, they'll all be patent pending, which is fantastic. Low mount alternator bracket, which is also doing the same thing. Again, all this stuff hasn't been done before, so it's really cool for us. Yeah, but anyway, so that is what it is looking like. So this here is pretty well the final stuff for the engine build. So this is the Cartec oil pump that we need, so we can get rid of the variable or variable displacement oil pump as standard on these things, which makes it a bit hard to piss fut around with. ICT, we've got a billet valley cover, the injector deletes, a couple other little bits and pieces, new camshaft bolt, but yeah, that's all ready. So this will go to the engine builder on Monday. So we have decided to go with Haltech to run the LT engine into the HQ. So after plenty of chats with the guys at Haltech, and some suggestions and ideas and a lot of spitballing, we've come up with what we think is going to be right. Yet to be proven, but I feel we'll be fine. So we are started obviously with the Rebel LS. You've just seen the loom, which we sort of had out the front of the car a few minutes ago. We are running an Aussie 7 dash. I didn't really want to run a dash. I wanted to keep the factory gauges, but unfortunately a few things stopped us from doing that. So in the end it was easier and also probably a little bit safer to run the Haltech dash. That way we can get all the ECU data up on the screen to look after the car and control it. I've also got a lineal sensor to operate the gear shift so we can get gear selection on the screen. Yes, as you know, part of the Rebel kit is all the sensors and looms and adapters and all that sort of stuff as well. So the Haltech Rebel will solve all these problems for us in the end. So we've laid the loom into the car and that all worked really well. All very straightforward. So when we get the correct motor, it should all be quite good. Thanks for watching. This is the end of episode 6. And episode 7's got, lots more bits and pieces and stuff and crap and all of that sort of gear. So we're getting there. It's now middle of August. So time is getting tight. As I said, really sort of September, I wanted the thing finished. We're not quite going to hit that. I reckon good chance that by the end of September we'll be done. We'll be on the road, which is going to give us 2-3 weeks before hard ass and then drag challenge of testing and sorting issues out. But at the same time, with the preparation that we've had, we should be all right because we've built cars before, because we've sort of got half a clue as to what we're doing. All the stages, all the processes have been followed, and as it all goes back in, we're doing it right the first time. Not rushing, not cheating, not doing anything, no shortcuts. So, fingers crossed, we've done it in the past, but yeah, we should be okay. So, but again, time will tell. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and video 7 is only a week or so away. Thanks again. Oh yeah, don't forget, new merch, check it out on the website. Pre-orders are up and it's discounted price just to get some sales for the pre-orders, so which will help everyone. And don't forget to like and subscribe, that button down there. Cheers, guys.